Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to be looking at Arsenal versus Aston Villa, and we're going to be doing a match ratings for the players that played this game. It was a dreadful performance, an awful performance, an astonishing performance, and it's basically typical Arsenal. Arsenal win Man City and Liverpool in the previous two games, then we lose to Aston Villa. This gives boosts the hopes up for Aston Villa, since now they have a greater chance of surviving in the league, but it puts a full stop to our European hopes. Well, after this, we can see that Arsenal is Arsenal. We play two good games, and then we lose our next game. We struggle against the weak oppositions, and there's one player in my mind that is going to get the lowest rating of this game. And let me tell you something, it's not the referee. Let's get into player ratings, and first of all, we have Emiliano Martinez. In my opinion, he has had a bank average game. He didn't have much to do. That's a lie. He didn't have much to do on attacking wise. He just couldn't do anything. He just had to be the man in goal, and he saved us a few times. I saw he made that crucial save in the middle where Aston Villa could have killed off the game and made it 2-0. But for his performance today, I'm gonna give him a 6 because he's one of our top players of this game, and he's been one of my top players since the start of his campaign at Arsenal. So I'm going to give him a 6. Next up is David Luiz, and we saw no type of performance he done at Man City. It was a bang average game for him as well. He didn't pop off at any moment in time. He was just pinging balls, but they weren't reaching anyone apart from both their right back and their centre backs. So for him, it was a bang average game as well. He wasn't poor, but it was alright. He didn't make any mistakes. It was just bang average, below par. So I'll give him a standard 5. Next up is Rob Holding, and he's had a poor game today. He was very poor. He didn't make me pleased that Mustafi was injured. I'm not saying that I want Mustafi to be injured, but he didn't give me like a better option. He was badly performing. It was a bad game for him. He was barely doing anything. He was trying to like knock the ball. He was lost in the middle. He sometimes drove with the ball. He was too slow on the ball. He just had a poor game. And for him, I think it was a bit worse than David Luiz. So I'm gonna give him a 4. Next up is Sead Kolasinac. I'm telling you, this guy is horrendous. This guy is horrendous. He's now turned into the new Mustafi. He is so bad at the game. He is horrendous. He makes me sad. All he is a tank. He moves forward and the ball comes there, he gives it back to them. He's like a wall. He's basically part of a wall. If you tack the ball onto him, it'll rebound and come back to you. That's basically a Kolasinac. There's one moment in time he ran with the ball and he played alright. That's one time, but for his defensive output, oh my days, he was horrendous. He was utterly horrendous, and he was the worst player on this pitch. So I'm gonna give him a 2. Next up is Cedric Soares. Cedric Soares had a bang average game as well. He tried something. He tried putting in crosses, but not all of them were decent. He was horrendous today as well. He wasn't that good. It was bad performance. He was not doing anything. There was no creative output from him. It was a bad game for him. I'm going to give him also rather in the FA Cup final. We have Hector Bellerin. Luckily, he's not even allowed to be in the starting lineup because he was awfully dreadful. Up is Bukayo Saka, and I kind of feel sorry for him because he's the one that had to cover up for Kolasinac's mistakes. He couldn't attack that well. He trying to do some form of link-up play with Aubameyang. It didn't work out. He didn't really have the attacking output like I wished. I rather would have had Ainsley Maitland now to give him some more confidence, but Arteta went with the attacking approach. But it was a bad game for Bukayo Saka, and for this game I'll also give him a 4. Up is Danny Ceballos, and he tried putting a shift in. He tried to encourage the teams. He tried to play a different role to normal because he Arteta rotated the squad around. But I felt bad for him. He's the only one that tried half of me. He played very good. He played not very good, like very good in terms of the other players. He played way better. He had a bang average game as well. But for me, he was one of the better plays of the poor game, and I'm gonna give him a 6. Is Lucas Torreira, and you can see this guy doesn't fit in the double pivot role. He's more of a centre defensive mid. He tries to be aggressive on the ball. He does only thing he sees is the ball and not the player, and he just goes for anything he sees. The thing is, he couldn't play good today. It was a bad game. He's one of them players that need more game time to build confidence. He's a guy low in confidence. It's a bad performance from him, and for this game, Lucas Torreira, you deserve a 4 because that yellow card you got was unnecessary, but that's the way you play. Next up is Eddie Nketiah, and it looked like he didn't suit in more of the 3 up front. He was more like he wanted to adapt to the sort of play of 2 up front with Alba and Nketiah, and like I said, playing more as a cam sort of role, like a CF, like a Bobby Firmino deal role, but he didn't suit playing coming from the wide. He did try a lot. He did try, but it was a bang average game for him as well. It was a poor game. And for this game, I'll give him a 4. He couldn't do anything that much, but for this game, yeah, it deserves a 4. So next up is our main man, our talisman, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but he had a poor game today, very poor game. He had that one chance where he could have cut in and gave a nice ball to one of the other attacking players like Pepe. He had that header where Pepe gave him that free kick in that 85th, 86th minute. He couldn't put them away. But for me, it's a bang average performance from him. He did work hard. So for this game, I'll give him a 4. Alexandre Lacazette, it was a poor game for him as well. He did try hard. I swear on the referees in this game are stupid. I don't know why. It was his first tackle. He got a yellow card for that. This is what Chris Kavanagh, more like Chris, don't know what he's doing. It was a poor game from Alexandre Lacazette. He couldn't do anything. He tried to link up the play. His passes were off point. It looks like he just had a lot of munching and he wasn't mobile enough to do what he normally does. It was a poor game for him. So for Alexandre Lacazette, I'll give it with him also a 4. Arteta's tactical performances against Liverpool and Man City, this was a useless approach. Yeah, I think he took it like a useless game, as if it didn't mean much. He just went with what he went with. He just didn't really care about this game. He had more FA Cup final in his mind. So he just played with Eddie Nketiah as a right winger, which is not even used to that position. He played Kolasinac even though he was horrendous. For this game, man, Arteta, he deserves a 3 from me. But if he had the mind of not really giving a damn about this game and more of just getting through European competitions, really FA Cup final, then for this game, if he had that in his mind, then I'll give it a 4. But overall, in my opinion, for this game alone, I'll give you a 3. For the rest of the players, I'll give you the subs, all of them standard 4s. And for the referee, a standard 2 as well. I said he won't be the lowest player, but he's just 2.1, just a little bit better than Kolasinac. But Kolasinac are dreadful. This game was dreadful. Hopefully we played it in the mindset that we really don't care about this game. Other than that, that's from me, also News TV. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys subscribe.